Welcome guys. Today I'm going to be sharing with you these two beautiful stamp set, and we'll be creating or designing some paper coasters. I am so excited about these stamp set. I think they are so awesome. We need more masculine stamp set, and you know, for the month of June I'm doing masculine projects. Look at this one, whiskey business. I mean, how cute is that? Being a dad is whiskey business. Straight up, you're the best. Cheers to you. You're top shelf. Sending you an old-fashioned birthday card. This is so cute. And this one, when I saw this one, I said I must have this one. I was so excited I couldn't even wait, because my family and I, we usually play championships, spades. If any of you guys familiar with the game, the card game Spades, when I saw this, I said this would make the perfect gifts for my families, whether it's birthdays, Christmas. This is just an awesome set, and it's game on. So you could see it says it's your day, roll with it. Lucky me, because I have you, and they have all the game pieces. This is just amazing. I'm so excited. I can't wait to share with you the coasters that I'll be designing, so stay tuned. Welcome guys to my creative corner. This is Claudette, where I create projects using inks, papers, stamps, mixed media, and a whole lot of embellishment. So if you're new to my channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below, as well as the bell icon, so you can be notified when I upload my latest videos. And if you're returning, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I design paper coasters using these two stamp set, Whiskey Business and Game On. So let's get started. So what you're going to need, you could use any stamp set that you have at home, and I would recommend using a stamping device, a stamping tool like this, the Stamparatus. I am using paper coasters that I got from Amazon, and you could get like 100 for probably under $16. These would be awesome project for craft fairs. These would be awesome gifts for any occasions. So these are the coasters, paper coasters. They're square and they're rounded to the edges. And so if you don't have a Stamparatus, I would recommend using like some clear blocks, some larger blocks, so you could put all your pieces and make it into one stamp, so you could stamp it down one time. And these blocks are by Stampin' Up, and this is block E, and this is block F. All right. So once you're inking or using the ink, you could use Stays On ink with this if you would like, and you just use it straight. Stays On ink is a solvent ink, and it dries fairly quickly, and once you're putting your sealant over it, that ink won't smudge and it wouldn't move. So if you have Stays On ink, you could use that as you could use that ink as well. But if you have like the water-based ink, like your tuxedo black, or if you want to use other colors, if you don't have the Stays On in like other colors, I'm going to show you how to use that and how to seal that when you're designing your paper coasters. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the Game On stamp set. And like I said, I really love this stamp set because my family and I, we play spades, and these are going to be excellent for gifts. The only thing I don't like with this is that it didn't have a stamp that says Game On, and that would be so awesome if it had that. It would have made this like just complete. So I went ahead, it says it's your day, roll with it. I went ahead and guys, I cut my stamps, and this is my first time cutting my stamps, but I just wanted the roll with it. I tried taping over it, but that was like too much work, and I also wanted just the fun and games, and I cut those apart. I was like, but they came out perfect. So we're going to clean that off with the embossing body. So we're going to go ahead and put our stamp case behind here, so we'll have something to support that with when we're inking it up. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to ink this up with some Versamark, and this is just to the beginning here. And the Stamparatus is pretty good if you're going to do a lot of these coasters, especially if you're doing gifts or if you're doing them for your craft fairs and you're doing a lot. The Stamparatus is good because you could just go boom, boom, boom. And I'm going to use some red ink, and this is the Real Red ink by Stampin' Up. So once I ink that up, stamp it, I want to go ahead and get my powder right on it right away, and while it's wet, to pick up that powder. And I'm going to ink it up because I want it pretty dark, right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on my heating tool so it could warm up. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the clear embossing powder on this. And I'm using a coffee filter just to catch the excess powder. I'm just going to go over that once again, make sure I get good coverage on that. I'm just going to flick off the excess. I'm going to set this powder on the side. And then our heating tool should be warm, hot enough. And I'm going to put this up so you guys could see once it starts to get shiny. That's just the powder melting. You could see that it's changing colors. Okay, can you see yet? The shine. So that's what you want to make sure that you have, that shine. So he's going to seal that ink in. And so we're going to go ahead and get another coaster. And so when you're putting your coaster down, you want to use both magnets to keep it down. And so we're going to come in with the Whiskey Business one. So I'm just going to place them here where I want them. So initially this is how I do it. Right here, you just place it where you want it. So once you have it placed where you want it, you're going to go ahead and close your plate and pick those up. And we're going to go ahead and get some Versamark, and we're going to ink that up. And then with this one, I am going to be using the Memento Black ink. So we're going to ink that up with Memento Black ink. And I'm going to go ahead and close our plate over that. I'm going to ink that up again. Then what we're going to do, same thing, go ahead and get our powder and our embossing powder, and we're going to get the clear embossing powder. And while we're doing that, we'll get our heating tool on. Flick the back, get the excess off. I'm going to put that on the side. So we're going to go ahead and heat emboss this. And you're going to start to see the colors change. This gets pretty hot. And hopefully you could see the glare and the shine on that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and clean up my inks and put those away. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and seal those, and we're going to use Mod Podge, and this is the glossy Mod Podge, and you could pick these up for $1 at your Dollar Tree, or Target usually has it in the dollar section. So what we're going to bring these in, and we're going to go ahead and Mod Podge those. So what you could use is something, just a sponge, or you could use one of those painter brush, like the sponge painter brush. You could use something like this too as well. And I am just going to go down. So you want to get the back, the sides. And I'm just going to put like it on top of the cup so I could get around the sides, the edges. So you just want to put a glob down. And then I'm just going to dab this around. So you add a little texture to that. See this, it add character to it. See, and it's not bleeding, right? So you want to get around the edges. And I would say give this 30 to 40 minutes to dry before you put the other coat on. If you have something for it to sit on, you could get around your edges. You could hold it down with an object like that and just get around your edges. All right, let's see how the red does. Put a glob. And we're just gonna bounce. I'm just holding it down with my piercing tool, so I don't really get any finger imprints on there, and I get around the edges there. And that didn't smudge either. So you're gonna leave that dry 30 to 40 minutes. Then you want to do a second coat and then do the back as well. When I did it early and I did it with the red, and I didn't cut my stamp set, I kind of mask over it. So once I mask over it, I kind of did it in sections. And so when I did it in sections like that, I didn't work as quick, so it wasn't as wet. So it did not grasp the embossing powder well. When I went over with the Mod Podge, the ink smeared. So I don't know if you could see that. That's why I went ahead and cut my stamps. So these are a couple others that I did in other stamp sets. World's Greatest Grandpa, I think that is just a cool stamp set. We don't have that stamp set anymore, Stampin' Up, but that is just an awesome stamp set. I wish we still had it. So you could package up your coasters, and I'm going to use some cellophane bags. And this is the resealable one. You could get these on Amazon too as well. So you could put 4 coasters once you design it in your cellophane bags. And this one I think is 5 by 7. And it's nice that these are resealable. And I'm going to put the resealable part to the bottom just in case you have to open it. So that's going to be to the bottom. And I'm going to put a topper on there. The topper is measuring 5 1/8 by 3, and then I scored it down at 1.5 inches. So we're going to go ahead and seal this down this way. So I'm going to get some tape runner. Then I'm just going to get a strip of cardstock, and this is like a 1/4 inch by 5 1/8, and I'm going to glue that down. I'm just going to add some wet glue to this one and put that to the center. Then I'm just going to add a little tag in the middle of that. And there we have it. So this is cute for a gift, or if you're into craft fair, these would be awesome to create for your craft fair. And so this would be awesome for on your glass table or your wooden table. It won't scratch your wooden table like if you have your coasters in tile. And you don't have to put legs on it. And it's quick, it's easy, and it's simple, and it's fun. And this would be, and it's very inexpensive, an awesome gift to give. So if you got any creative value from this video, please smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified when I upload my latest videos. Thank you guys for joining me today. Until next time, this is Claudette.